Happening today, 10-year-old Alethea Haven Ramirez will be laid to rest. She was one of the 19 students killed in the Uvalde school shooting nearly 2 weeks ago. Her family says she was a role model to her siblings and she loved to play soccer. More calls to end gun violence echoed throughout the streets of Dallas yesterday. Senseless gun violence, it is truly hurting our communities, which is really why a group of men with the Original Good apparel spearheaded 5 marches across the city. The groups ultimately came together at Dallas City Hall for a peace rally, and they call it a grassroots and proactive push towards safer streets. Parents in Uvalde, they're banding together, expressing the fears of their children, and once again, new details are emerging from that investigation. ABC's Faith Abube has more.
The Uvalde School Board says Robb Elementary School will permanently close its doors following the mass shooting that left 19 children and 2 teachers dead.
That will not be a school for our children moving forward.
ABC News has learned that less than a minute before the gunman entered the building, a school employee pressed an internal alarm on a cell phone, setting off a chain of alerts within the school warning system of an active shooter. Seconds later, the shooter was inside the school. These latest details emerging following a report from the New York Times that says School District Police Chief Pete Arredondo arrived at the scene without his police radio. Authorities say the police chief wrongly believed it was a barricaded subject and no longer an active shooter situation, despite 911 calls still coming in from inside the classroom where the gunman was. One of those calls from 10-year-old student Chloe Torres, quietly telling a 911 dispatcher, quote, "My teacher is dead. Please send help. Send help for my teacher. She's shot, but still alive." 3 more victims of the massacre will be laid to rest this weekend. McKenna Elrod, Rogelio Torres, and Alethea Ramirez, all just 10 years old. In San Antonio, the community gathered Saturday for a Stand with Uvalde event. Organizers say one of the goals is to urge people to make their voices heard at the ballot box.
If this does not get us upset and focused on the need to change the direction of our country, what are our children going to say?
Survivors of the Uvalde shooting, as well as the shooting at a supermarket in Buffalo, will testify before Congress next week.
I have conversations all the time about racism and, gun violence, and now it's my story. So it's extremely important for me to be there to represent my community.
The father of 10-year-old Amarillo Garza is taking action. He has retained the same team of attorneys who sued the makers of the gun used in Sandy Hook. And now they have issued a letter to the makers of the AR-15 used in this shooting. Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.